All right, Maddie. Kind of defensive in the first. Did you expect that? Them not having a win and playing with a little bit of desperation.
Yeah, we go into every game not just focused on ourselves, right? So don't really have expectations going into the game of what type of game it's going to be. We just wanted to be better than last time out. And actually, we talked about it before the game. Our last probably 3 games, right? We just found ways to win, which is good, and you hear that all the time. You got to learn how to win different ways. But the reality of this league is, at some point, it's going to be a one and done, right? So you need to try to be at your best night in and night out, and that was the challenge here tonight. We sure were in the second half. Took us a while to get going, though.
Yeah, talk about taking a while to get going. How important it was staying the course, not getting too down on the bench, and just eventually knowing that the goals would come.
Yeah, we're always pretty good with that, right? But at the same time, it's you're just analyzing that, the players and the coaches, and trying to find the right button to push. But we weren't very good in the first half, especially up front.
Changed it. I mean, obviously 3 goals a game.
Yeah, I think just our compete and our intensity wasn't at the level that it needed to be really good, and you saw the difference in the back 30 minutes compared to the first 30. Now, that's me and maybe nitpicking. We've been on a pretty good run here. I think that's 7 in a row, and we talked about it here afterwards, right? Like, we're going into a much-needed break. We've done a lot of our travel here since January 8th. We've been on the road a lot, and we've done a lot of real good things and played some good lacrosse. So, that's all the positives. But we've set expectations pretty high, right, and the bar pretty high. So we want to be real good every night.
Speaking of one and done, after the bye, you get Rochester, one of those games where it's going to decide who you're playing in the playoffs and where.
Yeah, potentially for sure. We only played them twice this year, and they've already beat us once, right? So if you lose that one, essentially we'd be 2 games behind them, right? Because they have the tiebreaker. So real important for us to be good then. At the same time, a lot of things can happen between now and the end of the season, but look at the Eastern Conference, right? There was 3 teams with 2 losses going into tonight. So if you want to control where you play throughout the playoffs, you better keep winning.
Just talk about the play. Your goaltender, Nick Rose, the backbone of this team, made some key stops for you guys. What can you say about Nick Rose?
Yeah, Nick's real good, but he there's expectations to how he's going to play night in and night out, and he's meeting them game after game, so that's good.
All right, Nick, pretty close in the first. Did you kind of expect that with them not having a win and playing with a bit of desperation?
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, home and home with them. We saw them last weekend. It was a 1-goal game, and expected them to come out strong and, desperate. Obviously, they're not where they want to be in the standings, but they should have a lot more wins than they do right now, just the way they play.
Just talk about the way the defense played in front of you. Pretty much saw everything, held them to 4 goals pretty much until late in the game there.
Yeah, it's kind of same as usual lately. Just 5-on-5. We've been pretty dominant in terms of kind of dictating where the shots are coming from, and obviously we give up a few power goals late, but real good effort on the back end, and more like us compared to the last few games.
I'll just talk about the crowd tonight. They were loud. They were on their feet. Do you guys feel the energy when they're shouting like that?
Yeah, definitely. Tonight was an awesome crowd. Obviously, something special in the building with the alumni night and all that, and you could just feel it pregame, and good to see kind of the amount of people we had here.
You're having a career year. Is that basically anything that you've changed, or is it basically the defense in front of you?
No, I just think we're all playing really well together right now. I think we have mostly the same group as last year, and obviously I think how last year ended for us didn't sit very well with a lot of us, and we know we want to be hosted in playoff games. So we kind of, with a 1-2 start, we really kind of buckled down during Christmas time and understand what it's going to take to kind of have the road go through Hamilton.
And to have that road go through Hamilton, that game against Rochester next week or a couple of weeks from now is a big one.
Absolutely. Rochester's playing great lacrosse this season. I haven't kind of looked to see the schedule of each team, but that's one we just got to have if we want to finish first in the East. And yeah, we're looking forward to kind of getting a rematch with them. They got us down there in Rochester, having them come up here, hoping it's a different story.
This weekend, you guys have the bye. A good time for a bye week for you guys to rest and recuperate a little bit.
Yeah, I think it's a perfect time. Obviously, like Mitch got nicked up last week, I'm hoping he'll be back for that Rochester game. But I think guys are just the grind of the season is a lot. I think we've been going every weekend since we got out of the holidays, so it's a good time to kind of get a weekend off, spend some time with friends and family, but obviously mix in a few practices and get ready for that Rochester game.